Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast. I'm your host, Angelique Froyel. Join me as I navigate life and have the conversations I wish I've had years ago. Doing the work to be a better person, but also understanding it won't be easy and it's going to piss people off. And that's okay. This is my public apology to myself. Dear me, I apologize. I'm sorry for growing up, being too humble, not realizing my worth, and downplaying who I was as a person and not take up space. I'm sorry. I apologize. Because girl, you are a big effing deal. Love, Ange. Do you feel like growing up, you downplayed who you were, or you made yourself feel a little small just because you wanted to fit in? You ain't want to seem like the outcast. You ain't want to seem like the person who wasn't down with everything or everybody else was. That was me. I wasn't truly living for the things I liked. I didn't have boundaries. I was just kind of like going with the flow. Even if I really didn't want to do it, I just went with the flow and was like, all right, it's not a big deal. Not realizing that I wasn't feeding who I was. I wasn't feeding my soul by doing everything what everyone else wanted to do. I wasn't taking care of me. But now, being in my 30s, I am realizing that it's so much on the inside of me that I want to bring to light. And I don't want to feel like I can't because of the people around me. I don't need validation from anybody else but myself. And I truly understand that now. I don't need validation from anybody. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. If I like to do it, I like to do it. If I have to do it by myself, then I'm going to do it by myself. I can't be responsible for how other people feel. And if they don't like what I like, I shouldn't have to not do the things that I like because somebody else doesn't like it. That's not doing anything for me. That's not serving me. People always said good things about me, and I always just flagged it off when I should have explored it more. Oh, you're so creative. Oh, you're so this, you're so that. And I used to just humbly be like, oh, okay, thanks. I always downplayed it when I should have looked in the mirror, but like, girl, like multiple people said this. Explore that. Do you like doing that? You like being creative. So, you are creative. But I looked at things as not having what I needed and not realizing that I have everything I need to start. For instance, with this podcast, I had in my mind that I wanted it to be perfect, that I wanted to have this checked off and that done and that done and that. And I got to the point where I'm going to just start this and be a novice and grow so that when I look back, I can be like, you did that. Look at where you were when you first started to where you are now. Give yourself room to grow. While you're creating whatever you're doing, give yourself room to grow. This is what I'm doing right now with this podcast. I'm starting with what I have in front of me, not putting out any money, not buying anything new. I use my available resources that I have right in front of me, and I am creating this podcast. And in time, I will grow. It will get better. I will have features. I will have special guests, but I'm going to enjoy this journey and enjoy every little teeny tiny step it takes me to get there so that when I'm there, I can appreciate it so much more. I'm going to take up space and I'm going to be unapologetic about it. Because for so long, I wasn't being true to my authentic self. I always did what I thought was what I was supposed to do, rather than looking and paying attention to my likes, to my interests, things that make me happy that everybody else may not agree with. I'm exploring that now. And let me tell you, it feels good to do things the way I want. For instance, my favorite color is black. Always have been. A lot of my wardrobe was black. And then I got into this sense of people telling me, oh, black's not a color. What? You like black? Black isn't a color. You need some color in your life. Everything you got is black. And I allowed that to change my perception. And I started to dig into colors. Let me get some colors to brighten up my life. Black's so dark. Let me get some color. And I adopted my secondary favorite color of purple. But I don't want anything in my house purple. It's just a favorite color. Just the have a color that's not black. But I told myself that moving forward, if my aesthetic is black, that is going to be my aesthetic. I don't care if you think it's too dark. I don't care if you think it's not a color. I love anything in black. Black to me is sleek, bold. It goes with anything, just about anything. But it could look good with anything if you do it right. Black is powerful. And I am no longer allowing anybody to take that away from me. My favorite color is black. My car is black on black. When I go in the store and look at stuff, I go to black first. And then I tell myself in my head, like, no, you got too much black. Look at another color. No, I'm looking at black. Black would be my aesthetic. It would be my main color. I would do a little splash of something here, splash of some tans, maybe some grays, maybe some white. But my aesthetic is black. Point blank, period. And I'm not sorry for it. I like the color black. I'm currently slowly but surely redoing my apartment. Not the whole entire apartment, but anything I buy now, I'm looking at it as, how do I want my house to look? I'm not buying just to buy or not getting color just to get color. I'm thinking, what do I want my house to look like? And the aesthetics in my house, I want to mainly be black because that's me. That feeds my soul, black. Some people think black is dark. Yes, it's a dark color. But black is also beautiful. It's also beautiful. It is not a negative color. It's okay to have a favorite color of black. It's nice to know there's other people out there with the favorite color black. But moving forward, that's my aesthetic. That's my favorite color. Now, if you're in a place where you feel like you're not taking up space or you want to take up space, but you don't want to seem cocky and all this and a third, I'm going to tell you, no matter how you do things, when you start living for your authentic self, to the people who are not doing it, you will always be seen in a negative light. So don't worry about how somebody else feels. Do what you need to do to remove any distractions that are stopping you from living in your authentic self or making you feel like you need to tell yourself to be a certain way. Social media does that to you all the time, make you feel like you're supposed to live a certain way. Take a break from social media. Limit your time with social media. Remove anything that you feel like you need to get validation from, because you don't. As I said earlier, you don't need validation from anybody. No person, no family. You are enough. You have everything you need. Stop being stagnant and don't allow it to slow you down. Get rid of those things that slow you down, that keep you in the same spot, that does not allow you to grow. In life, you are supposed to grow and evolve and change and shed that snake skin you have and reveal something beautiful. Whatever talent you have on the inside of you, the world needs it. The world needs it. No matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, somebody in this world will find a use for it. And to me, I think that's enough. If it's just one person, you've done your job. It don't need to be millions of people. We all have a purpose. Some people's purpose is to serve people, help people, train people, take care of people. Everybody has a purpose. But as long as you can reach one person, that is enough. After listening to this episode, I want you to forgive yourself for anything you've done in the past, for sleeping on yourself, for being too humble, to being too quiet. It's okay to be a little humble, because you have to be grateful for where you came from and the things you had. But you don't have to be humble to make other people feel comfortable. That's not your problem. Now, let me put this disclaimer out there. I am not a therapist, but this is something I wish someone would have told me a while ago, that being humble and being quiet is good, but you still have to be true to yourself. And you could take up space and still be humble, still have the humility to understand where you come from and be grateful for it and to be blessed about it. But you do not have to shrink yourself. You go walk in rooms and allow your presence to be felt without having to be cocky and nasty about it. Just your personality alone, your smile on your face, the way you walk in bright-eyed and happy is taking up space, because everybody turn and be like, who that? That's enough. It does not take a lot to take up space, but don't downplay who you are. Don't allow other things to define you, because deep down inside, you know who you are. As people, we make mistakes. We're not perfect. We are perfectly imperfect. We're human. But who you are at your core will feed your soul and allow you to be happy and be authentic. When you're not listening to your heart and doing what your heart desires and feeding your soul, you feel like there's something missing. You feel like there's a void. And that's just because you're not honoring who you truly are. So honor that. Forgive yourself for anything you've done up until today that did not serve you. Forgive yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I forgive you. We know better now, so we can do better. Don't hold on to that. And even in the future, you may do something that doesn't serve you. But forgive yourself. Forgiveness is for you. Don't hold on to yourself. Oh, I was stupid when I did that. Yeah, you did it. You learn from it. But live in who you truly are. Life is what you make it. You have a choice. You always have a choice. You have a choice to stay. You have a choice to go. You have a choice to do. You have a choice to not do. You have a choice to listen, learn, grow. You have a choice with everything. Make the choice that's best suitable for you. Now, as I always say, be kind, spread love, give grace. You don't know what someone's going through or the type of day they are having. A small gesture can go a long way. I know sometimes it could be tough, it could be hard, but with a little practice, it will get easy. If no one told you today, I love you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope your week is amazing.